We'll start this service by singing an opening hymn, which is Yield Not to Temptation, hymn number 40 on page 20. I request the headmistress to read to us the Bible.
The Bible reading is taken from Romans chapter 12, verses 1 to 10. So I urge you, brothers and sisters, because of the great mercy God has shown us, offer your lives as a living sacrifice to Him, an offering that is only for God and pleasing to Him. Don't change yourselves to be like the people of this world, but let God change you inside with a new way of thinking. Then you will be able to understand and accept what God wants for you. You will be able to know what is good and pleasing to Him and what is perfect. Don't think that you are better than you really are. You must see yourselves just as you are. Each one of us has one body, and that body has many parts. These parts don't all do the same thing in the same way. We are many people, but in Christ we are all one body. We are the parts of that body, and each part belongs to all the others. We all have different gifts. Each gift came because of the grace God gave us. Whoever has the gift of serving should serve. Whoever has the gift of teaching should teach. Whoever has the gift of comforting others should do that. Whoever has the gift of giving to help others should give generously. Whoever has the gift of leading should work hard at it. Whoever has the gift of showing kindness to others should do it gladly. Your love must be real. Hate what is evil. Do only what is good. Love each other in a way that makes you feel close like brothers and sisters, and give each other more honor. than you give yourself. Here ends the scripture reading.
Thank you, Mrs. Mani. I'm supposed to say something to the captains and prefects and to everyone else, and I was telling Mr. Green at the back of the hall before coming up here that it's very difficult to think of what to say, and I'm not very sure that I can actually make myself clear enough, and not just because you're in the junior school and relatively young. To anyone, leadership is a difficult thing, and when I was telling Mr. Green, let me start by one thing, and I'm talking particularly to our captains and prefects, and I hope that they can at least follow much of what I'm going to try to say. I'm going to try to paraphrase a little bit of what I said at the senior school as well. But for the rest of you, please do try to pay attention and listen, because each one of you is also meant to be a leader. And definitely in Wynberg-Allen, we expect you to go on in life and become leaders, to be leaders even today, no matter what your class. Because that's what I'm going to try to say. I'm going to use the words, not my own words, of an expert who actually is now himself leading the world in many ways as to what leadership is. Because when I was in school long ago, maybe things were very, very different. And some of those things which maybe weren't really leadership are why some of you all have problems. I think every year our newly well-elected captains and prefects in both schools, you have a very difficult time in the beginning because it's so difficult to understand, and that's not your fault. It's the fault of the world from my time, a long, long time ago, where things like corporal punishment existed, where people were meant to be like, well, like sergeant majors in the army and just give orders. But that's not what leadership is, and today people have understood that, or trying to understand it, and that's something that maybe I want all of you to understand as well. So let me just go through just a few illustrations. Like I said, these are not mine. These are by an expert, one of the leading experts in the field, who I've read some books that he's written, and I think that he talks a lot of sense. So I'm going to try to pass on that sense to you. It's quite difficult, but I hope you'll understand where I'm going to go with this. Let me start with something that is not really in the book, but the first thing about leadership is, I've already said it, is that you're not meant to be a boss of some kind. You're not meant to be the person who's barking orders. You are not doing a job in Wynberg-Allen. Sometimes leaders are doing jobs. They have to. You are meant to be doing exactly what that word says, lead, which means leading by example and having people follow you. And I want to leave that thought before I give you the 2 or 3 illustrations that I'm going to use from a person called Simon Sinek, who's written these things. You know what's the first important thing about being a leader? You have to have people to lead. You have to have people who are ready to follow you. You don't have to have people who take orders from you. If you are going to be a leader, it's again a very difficult concept, but you think about it. You need to have people who are ready to follow you and do what you are doing and doing the right things. So that is something that is really, really important. And the other thing is that you have to want it. Now I'm sure that everybody, even at the back, juniors will say, oh, of course I would like to be school captain and a prefect. But do you want this position? And what I mean by that is that I think you've already experienced that. Some of you in particular have experienced that it's very difficult. Do you really want it, or you just want the position and some sort of idea of power that goes with it? So let me tell you 2 or 3 quick stories. They are all true stories. Again, they are not mine. I read them in a book that's written by this person, and he uses them. He was talking to people even in military academies and so on about leadership. So the one that I chose to use is the first one. I already said, do you want it? He tells a story about a race. There was a race going on, like some of you, I don't know whether you would have been very We often have the Wynberg-Allen half marathon. Any day you have your own cross country, that's good enough. Some of you will definitely remember what the cross country is all about. So this story is about two people who said that they ran in a race. It's a true story and it's a very simple one. These are simple illustrations. They are not some stories from Aesop's fables or great ones from Hans Christian Andersen and so on. Both were running, and at the end of the race, I'm cutting it short because I don't take too much time. At the end of the race, they saw there were free cookies and biscuits and maybe soft drinks like you all get in your own cross country. And obviously, after a long, hard run, it's very nice to have those things. But these people were taking part in a professional race, and at the end, there were free items to eat. So they said, let's go and get those free things. It will be nice to have these free things to eat. And then one of them said to this person, the writer talking of himself, he said, my friend said to me, look at the line, there's a long line, a huge one. He said, I'm not interested in standing in line for so long, so forget it. And the writer said, but come on, those cookies are free. Let's get them. So I'll go stand in line. He said, no, I can't do that. He said, let's go, they're free. No, I don't want to stand in line. So eventually his friend didn't stand in line. He did. And of course it must have taken some time and he got whatever cold drink and things to eat, he got it. And then he said that he thought about this whole incident and he said how differently his friend and he thought. And now you might be wondering what's the point of a story like this to tell prefects and leaders. Simon Sinek said that he realized one thing. He said, when I saw the cookies over there that were free, I was very clear that I wanted them. So my eyes were fixed upon what I wanted. That I'm going to get what I want and I'm going to do it right, no matter what it takes. He said, my friend, what did he see? He never saw the cookies. He saw the line. He saw the problems. So it depends. I'm going back to what I said. What do you really want? Do you really want this? Are your eyes focused in the right spot, on the right spot? And that's not power, position, bossing, shouting. It's about, do you want to be a leader? Do you know that, or can you only see the problems? There are going to be problems. There's going to be that long line in the way. So that's something that I want you to think about. The second thing is, the second story, illustration, is about a person that I hope most of you have heard of. His name is Nelson Mandela. He's no more. How many of you heard of Nelson Mandela? A few, okay. Well, he is, even though he's no more, but he's a very famous person who fought for the rights of the black people in South Africa. And there were terrible times in South Africa, they haven't fully gone, but where white people didn't treat the other people, the original people of the country, the way they should be. And there was lots of tension, problems, unhappiness, violence. Nelson Mandela fought for them, very similar to the way that Mahatma Gandhi fought for our freedom in our country. And Nelson Mandela is respected all over the world as a leader. Some people have different opinions and different stories come up, but everyone accepts the fact that he was a great leader. He made all the people who he was leading follow him. And he did it with the principles that Gandhi actually taught the world of non-violence and love and care and maybe not cooperation, but not advocating any violence, no shouting, no screaming, that's for you all. But in the political stage, no bombs and violence and shooting and killing. And he got what he wanted, so he was a great leader. And he tells a story, Nelson Mandela tells a story of how he learned leadership. His father, remember I said that he was a tribal from South Africa, there's so many tribes in South Africa. His father was a very, very important chief or senior in the tribe. And Nelson Mandela says that when he was a little his father used to take him to tribal meetings. And in those meetings, he said he noticed something as a little boy. He said that everyone sat in a circle, everyone. All the chiefs, the wise people, the elders, the very important people, the not so important people, they all sat in a circle and they all discussed their problems and decided what to do. And he said that his father, being one of the senior most, the most respected, if you like, maybe even the most powerful person over there who you would listen to, he said his father always did one thing. And that was, he spoke last. Everybody in the circle spoke, but Nelson Mandela said his father spoke last. Now you are often told, and you will be told, and it's a good piece of advice by your teachers and maybe parents and others, maybe seniors or someone, that you should learn to listen. Maybe I'll take an assembly, that is one of my favorite assemblies, about listening, how important it is. Hopefully some of you are listening now. Listening is very important, and it's something that older people always tell you. Learn to listen and then speak. But Nelson Mandela said something a little more than that. He said, not just listening. That's important, very important. But he said his father spoke last. Which is my whole point of what I'm trying to say today. What does that show? It shows that A, he was a humble person. He was the most important, but he didn't say, you listen to me. He listened to everyone else. He listened to everybody else's opinion. Everyone. Even the ones that he didn't agree with. And only then did he speak. Not just listening, but speaking last. Which is, again, I've got one word that I want to leave with, which is such a key word in Wynberg-Allen, which is why I like Simon Sinek. And that word is humility. Being humble. Getting that badge today doesn't make you more important. It gives you more responsibility. It gives you a sense of purpose. You have to serve the school and everybody else who you have been chosen to lead. So my last story is my favorite. I've used it once or twice. I even used it in another school where I was asked to speak once upon a time. And I've never forgotten this one, and it really, it's a very simple one, but it's one that I really love. Again, I'm trying to tell it as quickly as possible. It's a longer one, but it's cut short. It's a true story. It's about a very important person. If you like, you can call him a minister. Like in India, you say the external affairs minister, someone very important. It's actually set in America. But this person was one of the top 5 people in the country. Very important person. And he had been called to speak, to address a gathering in a very important place. So, this is what he said. He started by saying that, last year I was also called to speak at the same place. And last year I had retired. This year I retired. So I'm no longer the Secretary of State. I've lost my position. Like there will come a time, even for you all at this age, that next year you won't have this badge anymore. You'll be the junior most class in Allen. Or if you be in the school, wherever else you are, you'll be in class 7. So, no position is permanent. So this person said that last year I hadn't retired. I was a very important person and I came to speak over here. He said last year when I came, I got out of my hotel, people were waiting to bring me. There was a car, maybe a Rolls Royce, a very posh car, very good car, 5-6 people, all saluting, helping me, carrying my things. And they brought me, they sent a car to me and brought me to this place to speak. He said, as I came here, they gave me, and this is the part that he uses as a symbol of what he's going to say. They gave me coffee themselves on a silver tray with a ceramic cup, a very fancy cup, and they all hung around me and said, can we help you? Can we put your laptop over there? Can we do this for you? So he said, everybody looked after me and I was given very special treatment. See, this year I retired. I'm speaking at the same place. He says, how did I come to this place? He said, I came in a taxi. No one came to get me. When I came here, I asked for coffee. He said, one person was working. He said, there's a coffee machine there, go and take it yourself. Go get your coffee. And he said that they gave me a styrofoam cup, thermocol. Like you see in the canteen sometimes those plastic not very nice thing, but the thermocol cup, disposable cup, and said fill your own coffee. He said, so that's the difference. When I was an important person, now I don't have the position anymore. So this is what happened today. And he said, what's the moral of the story? I've cut it very short, but it's one that I'm repeating, I really love. He said, when I was important, they gave me that ceramic cup. Now, thermocol, styrofoam. He said, I want you all to remember, he was talking to the audience and I'm talking maybe on his behalf to you, that all we are ever worth in this world is the thermocol cup. That fancy cup, the ceramic one with the silver tray, that wasn't for me, he said. That was for my position, because I was the Secretary of State. But what I am worth is just thermocol. Nothing very important, and just at heart, all of us, we are all just the same as everyone else. So we should never forget that our worth is who we are. And that's what I want you all to do. Who are you? Not the position. That position comes, there's nothing wrong in being honored, to be honored today. There's nothing wrong in getting prizes for it. There's nothing wrong in your parents being proud of you being proud. That's all good. You should be proud of what you have achieved. But you should never forget who you really are, and never forget this one line, that all that we are really worth is just that thermocol cup. So again, that one word, humility, is what the thought I want to leave with you. So, well, that's all that I have to say, thankfully for you all. So congratulations, and we'll come back to congratulating you and all the other things that you do deserve. But congratulations, and God bless you all, and may you all stay humble, stay who you are, and make this school, our school, a better place. I'll now request the headmistress to continue with the investiture, and the program she can take over from now.
Thank you, sir. We begin with the investiture of the captain for the girls. In the name of your head, your staff, and your school, I confer on you, Sanya Jaiswal, the special honor and office of captain. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities as God will give you wisdom and courage, showing neither fear nor favor toward any, but with sincerity and high purpose. During your year of responsibility, may you know the help of God and the cooperation of those you govern and serve. Will you, God giving you help, promise loyalty to your staff and your school, remembering that where a choice of loyalty is necessary, your first loyalty must be given to your principal and staff. Will you therefore promise this loyalty, knowing that in this office, though there is separation and responsibility, yet there is honor, opportunity, and the privilege of a great service?
In the name of God and of our school, I promise so.
Now I have the investiture of the captain for the boys. In the name of your head, your staff, and your school, I confer on you, Vedant Vinocha, the special honor and office of captain. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities as God shall give you wisdom and courage, showing neither fear nor favor toward any, but with sincerity and high purpose. During your year of responsibility, may you know the help of God and the cooperation of those you govern and serve. Will you, God giving you help, promise loyalty to your staff and your school, remembering that where a choice of loyalty is necessary, your first loyalty must be given to your principal and staff? Will you, therefore, promise this loyalty, knowing that in this office, though there is separation and responsibility, yet there is honor, opportunity, and the privilege of a great service?
In the name of God and of our school, I promise, sir, to serve.
Investiture of Vice Captain for the girls. In the name of your head, your staff, and your school, I confer on you, Saisha Malik, the special honor and office of Vice Captain. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities as God shall give you wisdom and courage, showing neither fear nor favor toward any, but with sincerity and high purpose. During your year of responsibility, may you know the help of God and the cooperation of those you govern and serve. Will you, God giving you help, promise loyalty to your staff and your school, remembering that where a choice of loyalty is necessary, your first loyalty must be given to your principal and staff? Will you, therefore, promise this loyalty, knowing that in this office, though there is separation and responsibility, yet there is honor, opportunity, and the privilege of a great service?
In the name of God and of our school, I promise, so to serve.
Now have the investiture of Vice Captain for the boys. In the name of your head, your staff, and your school, I confer on you, Rudransh Kumar, the special honor and office of Vice Captain. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities as God shall give you wisdom and courage, showing neither fear nor favor toward any, but with sincerity and high purpose. During your year of responsibility, may you know the help of God and the cooperation of those you govern and serve. Will you, God giving you help, promise loyalty to your staff and your school, remembering that where a choice of loyalty is necessary, your first loyalty must be given to your principal and staff? Will you, therefore, promise this loyalty, knowing that in this office, though there is separation and responsibility, yet there is honor, opportunity, and the privilege of a great service?
In the name of God and of our school, I promise, so to serve.
The choir will now render the song. investiture, the prefects for the girls. In the name of your head, your staff, and your school, I confer on you Kashvi, Rudranshi Girsa, Divyanshi Kadyan, Nandini Thaplyal, Satakshi Bhadguzar, Krishna Rahiti, Ahana Rawat, Raymond Grewal, and Kushi Solanki, the special honor and office of prefect. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities as God shall give you wisdom and courage, showing neither fear nor favor toward any, but with sincerity and high purpose. During your year of responsibility, may you know the help of God and the cooperation of those you govern and serve. Will you, God giving you help, promise loyalty to your staff and your school, remembering that where a choice of loyalty is necessary, your first loyalty must be given to your principal and staff. Will you therefore promise this loyalty, knowing that in this office, though there is separation and responsibility, yet there is honor, opportunity, and the privilege of a great service?
In the name of God and of our school, we promise so to serve.
Investiture of the prefects for the boys. In the name of your head, your staff, and your school, I confer on you Samar Saroha, Pranav Dhawan, Athar Gaur, Pranay Agarwal, Shaurya Karola, Aviral Bhattacharya, and Vedant Rao, the special honor and office of prefect. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities as God shall give you wisdom and courage, showing neither fear nor favor toward any, but with sincerity and high purpose. During your year of responsibility, may you know the help of God and the cooperation of those you govern and serve. Will you, God giving you help, promise loyalty to your staff and your school, remembering that where a choice of loyalty is necessary, your first loyalty must be given to your principal and staff. Will you, therefore, promise this loyalty, knowing that in this office, though there is separation and responsibility, yet there is honor, opportunity, and the privilege of a great service?
name of God and of our school, we promise so to serve.
Before coming to the captains and prefects for the final time, let me thank the choir, a very well done choir, and thank you so much, that was beautiful, and thank you Mr. Kaman. The choir is such an important part of the school, in both schools, and today as always you sang so beautifully. Thank you for your time and for the wonderful way you sang. The whole service is better thanks to you, and Wynberg-Allen is proud of each one of you as well to give your time and sing so beautifully for the school. Captains and prefects, congratulations. We are proud of you. As you already know, the staff have given you a great honor by selecting you, and I hope and pray and I'm actually sure that you will live up to all the expectations that the headmistress and the staff have reposed in you, and make on the strength of God, like the pledge says, in everything that you do, as you move forward, lead the school, stay humble, set an example, and make Wynberg-Allen a better place. God bless you all, and may you clearly keep the flag flying high and Wynberg-Allen in its rightful place. Well done, and congratulations again. Let us pray. Almighty God, we give you thanks for being able to celebrate our new young leaders today together. We thank you for all your blessings. We thank you for our choir, for the singing, for being able to sing together, for the hymn that we sang, for every moment that we spent together. And today we particularly ask you to grant your wisdom and your strength to these young people as they attempt a very difficult position. May they know your strength, and may you guide them in everything that they do as they take the school forward yet again. We ask all this in your holy and precious name. Amen. Please stand for the school song and national anthem.